Hello class, we're about to start lesson 4, order of operations. As you can see, some of these pages are a little blurry for me. So just to let you all know, you could turn to page 324 in your textbook and then you can read along at your leisure. Now I am going to do a little something differently here. I'm going to get right to it and give you the order of operations. Now, the order of operation goes in this order. Number 1 is parentheses. Parentheses are denoted by these symbols. You know, you have your regular parenthesis, your brackets, your braces, and you also have absolute value. Now that's not 11, that's a symbol for absolute value. So number 2, you have exponents. It's actually exponents or radicals. And this is denoted by powers. So you have powers and you have radicals like radical, cube root, fourth root, and so on. Okay, now, number 3, you have multiply or multiplication, multiplication or division. Now, it's whichever one comes first from left to right. So you put whichever one comes first from left to right. So division is not higher than multiplication. Multiplication is not higher than division. Okay, number 4, addition or subtraction. That is also whichever one comes first from left to right. So that means when you exhaust the first 3 and you're down to your addition or subtraction, is whichever one comes first from left to right. All right, now we're about to jump into these problems here, and we're going to go through every single problem. So on this page here, we look and it says example 3, down here with practice 4, that's where we're actually at. It says find the value of each expression. You may not use a calculator. All right, now if you notice here, they really want you all to practice with the order of operations. That's why you see that you have very lengthy problems here. So we're going to start off with problem number 1. Problem number 1, we have 4, parenthesis 3, minus 2, plus 6, 6 in parentheses, plus 4 times 2. Now remember our order of operation. We do parentheses first. Now when we look here, this 3 is in parentheses. Can we do anything with that 3? We cannot. There's nothing else in that parenthesis. So then we go inside this parenthesis. Now inside this parenthesis we have addition and multiplication. When we look at our order of operation, multiplication comes before addition. So we will rewrite this as 4 times 3 minus 2 plus, in this parenthesis, we will add 6. 4 times 2 is 8. So that would be 6 plus 8. We're not done inside this parenthesis because it's still in operation there. 6 plus 8 is 14. Now there's nothing else we could do inside this parenthesis. So now what we're left with is these parentheses now are basically multiplication. So we're left with multiplication, subtraction, addition. So we know multiplication comes before subtraction and addition. So we would do 4 times 3 is 12, minus 2 plus 14. Now we have subtraction and addition. Now remember, in the previous lesson, I think that was lesson 1, we would change subtraction to addition. So we can make this 12 plus a negative 2 plus 14. Now we could just add straight across. 12 plus negative 2 is 10, plus 14 is 24. So your final answer here is just 24. Now I know this is lengthy, but this is your order of operations. So we go to problem number 2. We have 16 divided by the parenthesis 10 minus 6 squared. So again, we look at our order of operations, parentheses comes first. So it's 16 divided by 10 minus 6 is 4 squared. Now there's nothing more we could do with this parenthesis. So now we go to exponents or radicals. So this parenthesis is squared. 4 to the second power would be 16. Now 16 divided, well, I'll leave this in a parenthesis. 16 divided by itself is just 1. So now we're done with problem number 2. Now problem number 3, we would do 5 squared minus the parenthesis of 5 minus 7 times the parenthesis of 2. Now remember, according to our order of operations, we do what's inside the parentheses first. Now we have 5 minus 7. We know that that's really 5 plus a negative 7. Now we know 5 plus a negative 7. 7 is larger than 5, so we'll take its sign, and 7 minus 5 is 2. So that'll be negative 2 in that parenthesis. As you notice here, there's nothing more we could do inside these parentheses, so we would go to the exponent. 5 to the second power is 25, minus negative 2 times 2. Now we got subtraction and multiplication. So remember, with subtraction, we do the multiplication first. Negative 2 times 2, this has one negative sign, so that would be negative 4. So 25 minus 4 would be 25 plus 4, because minus a negative gives us positive. And 25 plus 4 is 29. Okay, now, that took care of problems 1, 2, and 3. Now we move on. We're going to go to problem number 4. Okay, so problem number 4 is a little, well, it's actually not that bad. Let's look at problem number 4. Number 4, we have 3 times a negative 3 plus 7 plus 4. Now we go to our parenthesis. Negative 3 is nothing more we could do with that negative 3, so we bring it down. But 7 plus 4 is 11. Now, we're left with multiplication and addition, because there's nothing more we could do with this 11 as well. So we'll do multiplication. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9 plus 11. Now, we know that we will subtract these two values. 11 is bigger than 9, so we would take the sign of our 11, which would be positive. 11 minus 9 is 2. So your answer to number 4 was 2. Okay, now, we move on to problem number 5. So problem number 5, we have 3 to the third power all over 5 minus 2 minus 4 minus 2 squared all over 2. So now, 3, if you look here, this is a fraction. Now, when you do a fraction, you would do the top, then the bottom, and so on. So this fraction here, because this is not, well, let's just go with the order of operation. Let's do that parenthesis first. 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay? Now, there's nothing more we could do with these parentheses. So we could do the exponents. 3 to the third is 27. over 5 minus 2. Minus 2 to the second is 4 over 2. So we have 27. 5 minus 2 is 3 minus 4 over 2. 27 over 3 minus 4 over 2. We have division, subtraction, division. 27 divided by 3 is 9. Minus 4 divided by 2 is 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay, so now we're going to move on to problem 6.
13 more good minutes.
That's right. Number 6. We had 25 over 4 plus 1 times 3 plus 6 minus 1. Now remember, we still do what's in parentheses first. So we had 25 over 5 times 3 plus 6 minus 1 is 5. Now we're left with division, multiplication, and addition. Now remember, I told you, when we're dealing with multiplication and division, it's whichever one comes first from left to right. In this case, division came first. 25 divided by 5 is 5 times 3 plus 5. So we have multiplication and addition. So we do 5 times 3 is 15 plus 5, which will give us 20. Okay, number 7. Number 7, we add 2 to the third power plus 8 minus 5 to the second power minus 3. 2 to the third power, we'll do the parentheses first. So we'll do 2 to the third power plus 8 minus 5 is 3 squared minus 3. Okay, now there's nothing more we could do in this parentheses, so now we do exponents. 2 to the third is 8, plus 3 to the second is 9, minus 3. Addition and subtraction, you go whichever one comes first from left to right. 8 plus 9 is 17, minus 3 will give us 14. Okay, now we go to problem number 8. Problem number 8, we have 4 minus 12. We have times a negative 6 plus 10 minus 3. Now 4 minus 12, we know it's the same as 4 plus a negative 12 times negative 6 plus 10 minus 3. 4 plus a negative 12, we know we would carry over the sign of the 12 because 12 is bigger than 4, and 12 minus 4 is 8. So we got negative 8 times negative 6 plus 10 minus 3 is 7. So we have multiplication and addition. We do multiplication first. Negative 8 times negative 6, you have an even amount of negative signs. So that'll be positive 48 plus 7. 48 plus 7 is 55. That's number 8. So now we go to number 9. Number 9, we have 30 divided by 3 times 5 minus 4. We do what's in the parentheses first. 5 minus 4 is 1. Now we have multiplication and division. Whichever one comes first from left to right. In this case, division came first. 30 divided by 3 is 10, times 1 is 10. So that's number 9. So we go to number 10. Number 10, we have 15 plus 4 and 3 minus 2 to the second power. Now, if you look here inside these parentheses, there's nothing more we could do inside those parentheses. So it's just still 4 and 3. So now we look for an exponent. We got an exponent. Now this 2, this squared is only connected to this 2, not the minus sign. So it'd be 15 plus 4 times 3 minus 4, because only 2 squared. This 2 is squared, not the negative sign. Now, we're left with addition, multiplication, and subtraction. So we do multiplication. So we do 15 plus 4 times 3 is 12 minus 4. Now we have addition and subtraction, whichever one comes first from left to right. 15 plus 12 is 27 minus 4, which is 23. So that's number 10. All right, number 11. Number 11, we have 4 plus 2 in parentheses squared plus 7 minus 2 parentheses cubed. So we do the parentheses first. 4 plus 2 is 6 squared. Plus 7 minus 2 is 5, and that's cubed. Now we're left with exponents and addition. So we do the exponent. So this will be 36 plus 5 to the third is 125. 36 plus 125 is 161. All right, problem number 12. We have 7 squared divided by 11 minus 4 plus 9 plus 14. We do our parentheses first. 11 minus 4 is 7, and 9 plus 14 is 23. Now we're left with exponent, division, and addition. So we do the exponent. 7 squared is 49 divided by 7 plus 23. Now we add division and addition. We do the division first. 49 divided by 7 is 7 plus 23. 7 plus 23 is 30. Now we go to problem 13. Now 13 is a little lengthy, but we can do it. We add 2, we have a bracket, we add 17 minus 11 squared times parenthesis 15 minus 5 all over 2 in a bracket. So we add 2 bracket in parenthesis 17, we do the parenthesis first. 17 minus 11 is 6, and that's squared, times 15 minus 5 is 10, all over 2. So this will be 2 bracket. Now, if you notice here, we don't have any more, we still have to work inside this bracket, but we don't have any more parentheses inside the bracket to work with. We do have an exponent. 6 squared is 36 times 10 over 2. Now, we still go inside this bracket. We got 36 times. We got division. We got multiplication and division. So we know we do the multiplication first because it came first from left to right. But we would have to put the 1 under the 36 to multiply this out. So we add 2 bracket, 36 times 10 is 360, and 1 times 2 is 2. Now, we're still not done inside this bracket. We have to take 360 divided by 2, which will give us 180. Now, 2 times 180 is 360. So our final answer here is 360. Now, with problem 14, still a lengthy problem, but not too bad. So we have parenthesis 5 squared plus 6 minus 3 divided by 16 minus 3 squared. All right, so we do what's in parentheses first. So in this parenthesis, we'll do the exponent first. 25 plus 6 minus 3. And in this parenthesis, we'll do the exponent first. And that would be 16 minus 9. So 25 plus 6 is 31. Minus 3 is 28. Divided by 16 minus 9 is 7. 28 divided by 7 is just 4. And that's your answer for 14. Now we go to problem 15. Problem 15 is kind of long, but it's okay. 150 minus 4, bracket 3 plus 9 over 4 minus 1, times 14 minus 11 squared bracket. So you have 150 minus 4 bracket. Now we do what's in parentheses first. So 14 minus 11 is 3, and that's squared. Now we do the exponent next. We're still inside this bracket. We add 3 plus 9 and 4 minus 1, and then that'll be times 9. So now we have 150 minus 4 bracket. We have division and multiplication. We do the division first. So we add 3 plus 9 is 12. 4 minus 1 is 3. Now, we have 150 minus 4. We're still dealing inside this bracket. 12 divided by 3 is 4 times 9. So we have 150 minus 4 times 4 times 9 is 36. So now we finally finished inside the bracket. So now all we have is subtraction and multiplication. So we would do multiplication first. So we have 150 minus 4 times 36 is 144. 150 minus 144 is 6. So your answer for problem 15 is 6. Now, we come here to problem 16, 17, and 18. And it tells us, it says, refers to the following information. Susan is in charge of planning Midvale Hospital's parent education classes. She uses the table below to determine the cost of each class to the hospital. A local foundation has offered to pay 75% of the cost of infant care classes. The hospital will cover any remaining costs. There are 28 parents enrolled in the upcoming class. Which of the following expressions could be used to find the amount in dollars the hospital would pay? Now, 75% of the cost of infant care. Infant care class is $30 per person. They tell us that it's 28 people. So we know we're going to do 30 times 28. We know we're going to have that. So we add 30 times 28. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so we know we're going to do 30 times 28. But it says the hospital will cover the remaining costs. So we want to find out how much the hospital pays. So here's the thing. This company would pay 75%. So the hospital would pay the remainder. So we would have to take 1 minus 0.75 because remember, it's 100%. If the company agreed to pay all of it, it'd be 100%. But they're doing 75%. So you would take 100% minus the 75%. Now let me write that here. So you would take 100% minus 75%, which would give you 25%. Now, if we wrote this as a decimal, this would be 1 minus 0.75 is equal to 0.25. Now, we learned this when we did the percent and decimal chapter. So now, if you look here, they're saying how much is the hospital going to pay. So the hospital is going to pay 1 minus 0.75. That's how much they're going to pay, which is 0.25. And then we would have to multiply that by the 28 people and then the $30 per class. So that would actually be C. So your answer here for problem 16 would be C. Now we go to problem 17. It says in the expression 5 plus 2 bracket 7 times parenthesis 10 squared over 10 plus 6 minus 2 times 3. What is the last operation you should perform to find the value of the expression? The last operation would be to add. That would be the last operation, which would be B. Because remember, when you do this problem, you're going to do everything inside this bracket. After all that is completed, you will be left with addition and multiplication because it's 2 times whatever you get in this bracket. So you would do the multiplication next, and whatever your answer is, you're going to add 5 to it. So it'll be B. So 17 will be B, and the answer is add 5. And then finally, number 18, it says find the value of the expression. So now we have a nice lengthy expression here in problem 18. Now I may need just a little room here. 18, we had 22 plus 6, bracket, parenthesis, 14 minus 5, parenthesis, divided by 3, parenthesis, 17 minus 14, bracket. Now, we do what's inside the bracket first. So we had 22 plus 6, and we have our bracket. Now we have parentheses inside the bracket. So 14 minus 5 is 9, divided by 3, Then parentheses, 17 minus 14 is 3 as well. Okay, now, I'm going to take this answer and bring it here so we can finish this up. So now, oh, sorry about that. I had this all out of the camera. This is what we were doing here. And then we had 22 plus 6, 14 minus 5 is 9, 17 minus 14 is 3. And we're still doing inside the bracket. I'm moving it down here to finish this problem off. So we had 22 plus 6, bracket. This would be 9, because we had division and multiplication. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And we bring down a parenthesis 3. So now we add 22 plus 6, bracket, 3 times 3 is 9. So now we're done with this bracket. There's nothing more we could do. Now we have addition and multiplication. So we add 22 plus 6 times 9 is 54. So now we add 22 plus 54. So 22 plus 54 is 76. So our answer here would be C, which is 76. And we have just finished lesson 4 of chapter 5. I will upload this to YouTube and have a wonderful day.